Check. All right, forgive me. I don't know how this works. I suck at YouTube. I suck at streaming. This is a first attempt, and I shouldn't even be doing it right now. It's 5 in the morning or something. What time is it? It's not 5 in the morning. I woke up at 5 in the morning. And I'm on a fast, and I'm grumpy as F. It's not a good time to do this. And I'm waiting for Ace Hardware to open so I can work on my car today. And I'm hungry and I got no food and I can't eat the food I have anyways because of what's going on with my stomach and blah, 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 blah. This is not a good time to do this, but there is a writer, a very important writer. By the title of this broadcast, you know who I'm talking about, who's being destroyed as we speak, as we sit here, as you listen to me. It's ongoing. It's happening. He's being destroyed. One of the greatest writers in the last 2 centuries, one of the most important writers in the last 2 centuries, is being destroyed. And he's being destroyed by artificial intelligence. If you look back on my channel, you might notice a video called "There's No Such Thing as Artificial Intelligence." And yes, this is not a contradiction. What I mean by artificial intelligence, there is something different. What you mean by artificial intelligence determines whether artificial intelligence is possible or not. Artificial intelligence in the sense of actual sentient, conscious, human-like intelligence is not possible, but something else is. And heretofore, that's my stomach growling. Heretofore, I would have not really worried about that other thing. It really amounts to nothing more than really fast processing and concatenation of text in some sort of like sensible, human, understandable way. Like when you type like the autofill, or like when you do a Google search and you know, documents all over the world on servers all over the world are quickly scanned to return something that remotely resembles what you were searching for. Artificial intelligence in that sense is possible. But how do I say this? This is I'm C.S. Lewis is being destroyed by artificial intelligence. If you go on YouTube right now, I don't even know how to talk about this. This man was so important in my life. He was so instrumental in affecting my thinking and clearing my confusion in life, and has been such a source of joy. And oh God, this is like, you know, for all of Elon Musk's talk and various people's talk about the dangers of AI, I'm usually, personally myself, and maybe this is my ignorance, I'm kind of like, whatever. It's not what they make it out to be. I'm not worried about it. I didn't get worried about it until these videos started popping up on my YouTube feed. And these videos are channels on YouTube now. I'm sure you've seen channels like this. I don't know if you're tracking this. That's my stomach growling. I'm sorry, I'm drinking coffee on an empty stomach. The mic's picking it up. There's all these channels on YouTube now that are popping up everywhere, all over my feed, because YouTube knows that I like to listen to stuff by C.S. Lewis and watch stuff about C.S. Lewis and hear comment on things about C.S. Lewis. Well, what we're commenting on today is not about C.S. Lewis at all. There's all these channels popping up on YouTube that claim to have something to do with C.S. Lewis. They have C.S. Lewis in the channel title. Their videos, the video thumbnails have pictures or putative pictures, as we'll see, of C.S. Lewis. His name is there. They're making pretense of being content that is by C.S. Lewis. And nothing on these channels is by C.S. Lewis. So it's all like voiceover narration of like sermon or lecture style text, right? You know, with some sort of background that holds your attention while you listen to this voice in a British accent read. Now you might say, well, yeah, it's somebody else's voice because back when C.S. Lewis wrote, there wasn't a lot of audio recording going on, so there's scant recordings of C.S. Lewis's voice. I know, I've heard them. There's excerpts from Mere Christianity. There's excerpts from The Four Loves. I understand that. What I'm not saying here, I'm not saying that it's merely the voice that is not C.S. Lewis. I'm saying the text of what is being read is not C.S. Lewis on any of these channels. Now you might think, why are you up in the morning wasting your time, Nick, worried about this? And I guess that all of a sudden, as I started seeing these channels pop up, it hit me what a terrifying thing artificial intelligence is. Because now, if these things pervade the internet, like I'm looking at one right now that has 790,000 views in the past 3 months. And the channel title is called C.S. Lewis Central. And I guarantee you that if I click on this video, I will be presented with a lecture, a sermon, a talk, something that purports to be by C.S. Lewis, and it's not. It's artificially intelligent, AI constructed voiceover written by, here's the terrifying thing, no one. Written by artificial intelligence. It's not C.S. Lewis. So now, think about this. A whole generation from here forward, ironically, C.S. Lewis wrote in The Abolition of Man about what it means for certain things to happen at a certain point in history, and like he was talking about abortion and he was talking about moral relativism in that particular time, but what it means for the difference in humanity up until that point and then after that point, and how it fundamentally will change humanity. Listen, there's going to be a whole generation of people now that... Wow, is my audio... Sorry, it just went... Okay. There's going to be a whole generation of people now who have no idea who or what C.S. Lewis is, because their notion of who and what C.S. Lewis is will be completely diluted and destroyed by this AI content. Look at this. Okay, here. I'm just going to pull this up. You might think I'm overreacting. This man is so close to this is very serious. And if this is going on with everybody, I mean, it's bad enough with Lewis. This is like the destruction of the world of ideas. You'll never be able to properly attribute. I know there's something analogous in the whole idea of like deep fakes, and it's like, is that Keanu Reeves in those YouTube shorts, or is it not? It's something analogous. It's like, are we looking at something real or not? So like the body of work that C.S. Lewis wrote is very, you can go to the library, you can go on Amazon, you can buy his books. I've pretty much read them all, right? Every lecture he ever wrote, every essay he ever wrote, every chapter of every book he ever wrote. It's a discrete set. It's a finite thing. And once you read it all and get a sense for who the man is and what he said and why, you can know when you read something if it was from him or not. So like, I've done that. And then I started seeing these videos pop up on YouTube, and I'm like, this isn't Lewis. And yet the picture is someone who the channel is, pretending that the picture is him. The title on the channel they're suggesting is him. The name on the video thumbnail they're suggesting is him. It's not him. And so what happens to the literary legacy? And I'm not just being like academic snooty. Like, think about this. There's people all over the world for who were profoundly affected and continue to be profoundly affected by this man. When he took all that time in his life to sit and write, and he wrote his books with a pen, right? It's not a computer. To sit and write his books, he did so for the people who would come after him, us. That's what a writer does. That's what a creator does, right? But now, I'm sorry, there's such a huge moral aspect of this. If you think about how dirty and disgusting and insidious is what these channels are doing. Because they're perverting and diluting and destroying the work of this person. And therefore, and thereby, the ability of others to enjoy it and learn from it and be affected by it the way so many millions have before. See, we're at like a turning point. Look at this. So here's one right here on my front page on my home. I'm just gonna go into the search box and type in C.S. Lewis. Watch. Okay. Now my YouTube Premium ran out, and I hate the fact that I even have YouTube Premium as it is, but I can't stand the commercials. Okay, look here. First one. Look at this. Stop explaining yourself to demons in people. C.S. Lewis, 2024. Okay, channel title, C.S. Lewis Legends. Again, that's my stomach growling in the background. Sorry, the mic is picking it up. Now look at this. C.S. Lewis never uttered the words in text, stop explaining yourself to demons. Okay, he just didn't. He just didn't. If you're at all familiar with the man's body of work, you would know immediately. You're like, wait, something's off here. This is not what he talked about, or the way he talked about. It's like, now watch. I'm going to click on this video. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, this is not helping me being hungry. Okay, ready? Here, I'm going to back it up. Bro, he never said that. This is not his voice. It's some British artificially intelligent constructed voice, right? But you might think I'm overreacting. This is not overreacting. This is this should be this is lawsuit worthy. Like, I don't know, the C.S. Lewis estate or something. Like, you can't just say this work is by this author if it's not. That's the same thing as plagiarism. That's like saying this is my work when it's really by that person. How is this not like the inverse, the converse of plagiarism? Right? You're a true... This is disgusting. And you know what? There's another layer to this. Interestingly, all the content that is really coming through in these videos is like real subtly psychobabble self-help nonsense. Okay? So it's all like content designed to like feed into your selfish, sinful notion that everyone else is wrong and you're right about everything. Okay? Now, listen, that's really important. There's tons of this all over the internet, and right, it's like it's like I don't know how to say it any better than that. It's just perverted psychology, and it's designed to I don't want to use the word narcissism, and because that's one of these words these days, but in a weird way, it's designed to isolate people in their own mind and stop self-reflection and humility and grace, and it's really, I mean, look, stop explaining. Now, there is a sense in which this is valuable advice in the abstract, right? It's like, not everybody you need to be self-validating. Not everybody deserves your, but sorry. Let me just play this. Listen now. That's not what, first of all, that's not what Jesus was talking about there, okay? Moreover, yeah, oh man, watch. He's gonna quote this, there's no he here. This is not a person. You know what else is crazy about this? Lewis wrote one of his greatest books, a work of fiction in his science fiction trilogy, about the dangers of artificial intelligence. about the danger of a non-mind being supposed to be a mind and what it would do to humanity. About impersonalism being taken to be personalism. And he wrote all this before the advent of computers. In the 20th century, all the theories, the most widely accepted theory of mind in the philosophy of mind in the 20th century is a theory or a body of theories or a family of theories that see the mind as something like a computer. It's not, it can't be, it doesn't, that's not how the mind works, and that's not what the mind is, and the mind is not the brain. But Lewis foresaw like a prophet all of this. Anyway, let me play this just a couple more seconds. There's little nuggets in here that are actually worth it. Okay, that's true. Not every battle's yours to fight. Okay, this is another thing that's so insidious about this. And I don't want to get into evaluating each and every little statement like from a psychological or ethical or moral or self-help standpoint. That's not the point. The point is, this is not Lewis. He didn't say any of this. He didn't say that. I'm sorry. This is keeping me up at night. This is terrifying to me. I cannot even begin to describe and explain to you the joy and the meaning and the help and the learning that C.S. Lewis brought to my life. He's the reason I went to graduate school to get graduate degrees in philosophy and teach philosophy. Like this, some of the most important debates and important positions and important arguments in the philosophy of mind. Wow, I'm blowing out the audio here. Today, going on in academic circles today, are influenced by C.S. Lewis. Like, he's so important in so many ways. I'm reading to my kids right now at night The Chronicles of Narnia for the 4th frickin' time. The whole series. He's so important. My heater is kicking on. Sorry about the noise. And this is not him. And I literally wish I could get my hands on the person who made this channel. Like, that's how infuriating this is. This is theft. This is fraud. This is forgery. This is plagiarism. It's disgusting. And look, if we scroll down, let's go back to the search results. Look at this. This is not C.S. Lewis. This channel, C.S. Lewis Legends, that's what we just watched. Soul Scriptures say these 4 things to the Holy Spirit before going to sleep. And look, it's C.S. Lewis's picture on the thumbnail. Like he said this. He didn't say any of these things. Here's another one. Everything will be fine. God will heal your soul. It's all just pseudo-spiritual, pseudo-religious, psychobabble nonsense meant to just reinforce your own thoughts. This is why special revelation is so important in Christianity. It's so important that God spoke to us in Scripture, because otherwise all you have is your own confusion reinforcing itself. And that's all what modern psychology is about. Everything will be... Look, this is not Lewis. I'm pointing to the screen right here. I don't know if you can see that. Okay? It's not Lewis. This is not Lewis. C.S. Lewis sermons. C.S. Lewis sermons. Bro, there's books that have Lewis's sermons in them. None of this are them. Romans 12. That's not him. That's his name. I guarantee you if we click on this video content, none of it is him. Why God Wants You to Be Alone, that's a picture of Lewis. He never said that. C.S. Lewis Devotion, C.S. Lewis Motivation, these channel titles I'm reading. C.S. Lewis Wisdom Legacy. This is just people using AI to make money off of YouTube and destroying the legacy of C.S. Lewis. And this should be punishable by lawsuit. Goodbye. I'm infuriated right now. I gotta go.